Good morning. It's Vijay here. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Today is 16th of January 2026. I hope you had a wonderful holiday yesterday, though it was unwarranted, I feel. But anyway, we could take some rest. Tomorrow we can look forward to a weekend. Lots of fear mongering was happening when we went into the holiday because people thought Iran will get bombed. Then people also thought in US will invade, Greenland, and they also thought that silver will crash because yesterday was the last day of the Bloomberg Commodity Index rebalancing. So you see, what is happening is now if there are a lot of fear mongers in the market. When I look at social media, when I look at mainstream media, everywhere people are scaring the hell out of investors. Fear mongering is there across all sectors, whether it is politics, economics, environment. But we have to focus on the concept of fear mongering in the markets. I try to do my best by telling people that look at it in perspective and just not say, just fall a prey to the fear mongers. And these fear mongers, you see, there is madness. Basically, they want us to sell off our shares in fear at losses, and then they will accumulate. I have seen this. I got this experience when I was on the floor of the Madras Stock Exchange, where the big operators would come and scare us to sell our shares, and then the share prices will go up. So be very careful of these people who are doing this fear mongering. So very quickly, how to survive in a world of fear is basically you need to have some strategies. So you see, there is fear in politics, and then you got something like the US versus us. That is the fear. Then there is a lot of exaggeration and misrepresentation. Then there is exploiting economic insecurities. See, you hold some shares, you are scared because it's gone up. Now you don't know whether to buy, sell, what to do, and then people will come and say, no, no, sell, 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 sell. And then what are the alternative approaches? The alternative approaches is just stick to your knitting, as they say. When you have bought a share, you should know why you have bought it, and don't worry too much on targets. A lot of people ask me targets. I say, but target when we feel uncomfortable, we should sell. Just not simply sell because the price has gone up or price has come down. Then the role of media and public responsibility. Media is always out to scaremonger us. That is how they make their money. That's how they get their eyeballs. So one has to be very, very careful nowadays. As I said, it is not only mainstream media, it is also uh, the media on Twitter, for instance. A lot of spaces where people try to scare people into saying that doomsday is around the corner. And these guys have been doing it for last 4 years, and no doomsday has come. So one has to be careful. Of course, a time will come when things will get frothy and markets will, top out like it happened in September, between July and September of 2024, where everybody said the best place to be is in mid caps and small caps and micro caps, and they have been shattered. But as far as I am concerned, if you look at good stocks, whether it is large caps or mid caps or small caps or micro caps, then and do some research and get into them, then you will get a smooth ride. A 15% ROI CAGR in the stock market is an aim worth aiming for. There is a target worth aiming for because on the FD we get about 6 to 7%. If you're looking at double the FD, that's damn good target, and it is possible if you do not get caught by this fear. So in conclusion, do not get caught by the fear. I'll give an example of how this fear mongering happened. So this one about gold and silver risk, big swings as indexes rebalances. This was regarding the Bloomberg Commodity Index, where the rebalancing was supposed to happen between 9th of January and 15th of January. Lot of chaos was done. See what happened on that day. So this is of 8th of January. This news item came. Lot of discussion on CNBC or any other TV channels. Even the regular press started speaking about it. That the title the headline which came was from Barron's, which talked of gold and silver risk big swings. So when a respected publication like Barron speaks about it, people get scared. A lot of people sold on that day. The silver came down to as low as 73. And just see, yesterday was the day when the silver rebalancing as far as the Bloomberg commodity index got over. So there was a 25% rise, not fall. People said there will be a fall. And today, we have seen a 25% rise. The people who went short would have all gone bankrupt. The people who sold on fear would have missed an opportunity of getting 25%. As I mentioned, that getting 15% in the stock market is great. You would have got 25% in a week. So you should know where it is coming from and why, Bloomberg commodity index should not affect your position. I had mentioned this in my previous one of my previous videos. I hope people who have listened to me would have not been shaken off by the fear mongering. It's a shame on those guys who should know better that fear mongering has destroyed a lot of profits of a lot of people and bankrupted a lot of traders who have believed them, thinking that they have got experience in the market. I'm really sorry to say that these kind of people will not go away. They'll still get supporters, and that's a very bad thing. Then of course, it all depends on the person who's going to listen to them and get. If you want to get bankrupt, then you better listen to them in large numbers. The people said this time the earnings will be poor, but you look at the earnings report card, the numbers are good for Infosys, ICICI Pru AMC, South Indian Bank, Angel One, Swaraj Engines, Prestige. You can include TCS also in that. Inline is HDFC Life. Mixed was L&T Tech, Federal Bank, and Geo Finance. Really, there is no weak result which has come as far as the analysts are concerned. So there are a lot of fear there. A lot of fear will be there again this week also. But at the end of the day, the results are not as bad, or they are better than expectations. So again, do not fall prey to these fear mongers. So let's look at what happened a day before yesterday. Markets ended largely in the red because they were afraid that the US will bomb Iran. Maybe they'll bomb Iran this weekend. Maybe they'll bomb. Maybe they'll not bomb. But the point is, you should know what you are buying and why you are buying. And if you are not leveraged, then you can rest easy. We are fully invested. All family members, friends whom I know are fully invested. So we know that there could be fluctuations in the market for many reasons which we may not even fathom now. Okay, and there's no point in getting afraid. So mid-cap index incidentally outperformed. So people who bought mid-cap stocks, do you think they were fools? Because they also knew that US is going to bomb Iran, but that did not happen. Then you had metal stocks extended gains. Silver was in the limelight, which I've shown you the graph. Sensex was 245 points. Nifty Bank did not do anything. Volatile, but closed at 1 point. FIs and DIs, FIs sold heavily, 4,800 crores. DIs bought about 5,200 crores. The third force sold about 436 crores, which is a saving grace. So today, what are we looking at? European markets did well. Major indices ended in green. US markets rebounded yesterday over day before yesterday. Asian markets are lower in early trade. Mostly Nikkei is down about 0.5%, but Kospi new high, the Singapore index new high, Hang Seng almost at the 52-week high. So oil has stabilized. There was there was a lot of fear that oil prices will shoot up. Actually, oil prices should come down if US attacks Iran. It may look illogical, but there is a method in that madness. So oil prices have, the people panicked and bought, and they're now been selling. I still believe oil prices will go above what we saw day before yesterday, independent of what US does in Iran. Gold prices also declined, and US Treasury yields have risen. There's a lot of confusion in the market, but that doesn't mean that we simply sell everything and run away. So Gift Nifty is talking about 60 points, 70 points higher today. The Infosys results were well received in the US ADR. It went up about 8 to 10%. So that should augur well for Infosys. US futures are flat. That's the banks reported. Goldman Sachs reported good results. Morgan Stanley reported good results. So all of them have gone up yesterday. So if you look at stocks, what are the stocks to watch? The positive is Sun Pharma. For advanced, they're announcing the availability of Unloxit for advanced cutaneous squamous cell carcinoma, that is skin cancer basically. Biocon has raised their 4,100 crores at issue price of 368 crores. So that should be a good bottom for Biocon. Zydus Life has completed a strategic acquisition. Transrail has bagged new orders worth about 527 crores. Then you look at other stocks. Kernex Microsystems has bagged about 2,465 crores, a Kavach deal from Indian Railways. Pace Digitech has got another order, large order for its size, 375 crores. Solar order. Indian Hotels has acquired 51% stake in Bridge Hotels. NTPC Green commercial operation of additional 37.5 megawatt solar capacity at Bhuj. So that augurs well for all these stocks. Cipla is the only negative I can think of. It has announced a temporary supply pause of lanreotide following US FDA audit of the partner facility. So there could be some pressure on Cipla. So yesterday there was a very important Supreme Court judgment. Again, there were people who were doing fear mongering. See, the Supreme Court judgment has been about capital gains. This was under Tiger Global, the share sale agreement. These guys used to, open an account in Mauritius from their trade and try to take advantage of the double taxation avoidance agreement. Now that has been effectively blocked from 2017. So this case pertains to before 2017. So there is nothing to really fear on this Supreme Court judgment, though people are criticizing it, commenting about it, and creating more and more fear. So there is not really, I don't think one should really worry beyond a point. As I said, if you want to know more about it, you can you can pause and look at this, or you will anyway get to hear from experts over the day to day. Then there is this thing from Commerce Ministry on trade and increase in exports. Clearly limited trade with Iran. In fact, on that day again, there was fear that Trump will put 25% on India, as if only India is dealing with Iran. And I had mentioned clearly that Iran, we are doing very little deal with them, so there's nothing to really worry about. Then the Commerce Ministry is also is aiming to operationalize FTAs with UK, Oman, New Zealand, and this year itself. So that should augur well. So one should look through the fear and look at the positives also. I'm not saying you should, overlook fear-inducing events, but also look at the positives. Then the Commerce Ministry says that we are engaging with Canada and with the EU for a trade agreement. This is what US President says. Taiwan, they will have a reciprocal tariff. They will limit it to 15%. Trump has been told that attack on Iran wouldn't guarantee collapse of regime, so they may wait and attack whenever it is required. So that is what is Trump is concerned. Finally, I like to end it with this: is the only thing we have to fear, is fear mongering itself. That means you need to, we have to fear mongering and not worry too much and go about our day-to-day life with our goals set and be within limits. So whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me today.